Yo, what up? It's the Ned's Declassified podcast. What's up, everybody? This is Kirk. With me here, I got the co-host, Jake.
What's up, Jacob?
Yeah.
I'm here.
It's good to see you
We watched
again.
the boys/girls episode. Another two-parter, two in a row.
Yes.
And this one also has callbacks to the previous, which is cool. They're really stringing together some good episodes here.
Yeah, well, I think they're trying to culminate it a little bit toward the climb, because, we're rapidly approaching the end of the show, sadly.
We're like halfway through season 3, I think. Maybe a little bit more than halfway.
I think it's got to be a little bit more than halfway, and it hurts me to say that. But, yes, like you said, I think you mentioned this, it's a very horny episode. TVG.
Very. TVG horny, which is, it's an interesting and weird combo.
It's an innocent horny.
Yes. I do want to before we get into it, I want to show for the video viewers my tiny beer mug to give a scale. There's a beer can next to it. It's pretty small. It's less than a can.
It looks like a grenade.
Yeah, this kind of looked like a grenade
or something.
It used to be a jar of mustard.
Yeah.
But I'm just drinking Budweiser.
Yeah, I've got another one of the Hofbrau Hefeweizens, but I've got a new notebook here. I ran out of room in the old composition book that I used to take notes on the Ned Pod, so that's going to be used as archives now. When we devise the Ned Declassified drinking game, we'll have to flip through that.
We put it out branded.
If only I had Control F.
That would come in crucial. We do not take notes on the computer. We probably could.
Never once.
We just never have. It's never been a thing that we've done.
No.
It seems like, I feel like I wouldn't like it as much. I prefer to just hand write,
Yeah, it's nice to hand write, as you're watching the episode and just kind of be able to write while not looking at, it ends up being sloppy, but it is what it is.
Even in school, I always hand wrote all my notes. Like even throughout college and everything. I never brought like my laptop or anything.
Yeah, I guess I ended up doing,
for the most part at least.
I did do typed notes at some point during college, I think, but
I was like one of the only people in all the classrooms in college with a notebook instead of with a fucking MacBook in front of them.
And I wanted to address something that we kind of talked about a little bit before. Why is Cookie he's just not a cyborg anymore all of a sudden?
Well,
really,
they've lost favor with that,
is that just
part of his personality.
Yeah, the writers just became lazy with that part of his personality. It's like they just decided to have him be just...
Well, it was pretty heavy in season 1.
Yeah.
Like, season 1, he is half man, half robot.
It's like, it's their...
Like, he short circuits and shit.
Well, he's like their trump card in any situation. He can get him out of any situation with his hacking ability. It's just like... It's almost a, instant plot device. Oh, Cookie hacked the mainframe, and we're in, or whatever, and it's like a cop-out.
You always hack the mainframe.
So maybe it's good that they're moving away from that a little bit, you also...
I think it makes Cook more relatable, either because they're making him more normal. He's still like a nerd, type guy who's like into technology, but he's not like somebody who's like completely cartoonish where you couldn't relate.
He's not inhuman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I think it's probably for the best, honestly.
He's just awkward.
Yeah, they've just kind of changed that character a little bit, and you got to. He's changed more than Ned and Moze have,
The episode begins really with Quirrell begging for tips. Quirrell's like, I need tips. I got writer's block.
Yeah.
He's trying to write something for something, whatever.
Yeah, what the hell tip does he want again?
He wants tips on getting over writer's block.
Oh, right, yeah.
Which Ned ends up having himself.
He does get tip writer block.
Can't believe he's never had it before.
This basically, it just, it kicks off like the Ned depression, where like Ned,
because Suzy's gone.
He's sad that Suzy left in the previous episode.
This is...
And he's done with tips.
Well, okay. So, the idea of having a long-distance relationship in 8th grade...
That's crazy.
I don't know. I mean, that's that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's asking a lot of a couple children.
Yeah. I mean, they do have cell phones, so like they do have
rudimentary.
Somewhat easy form of communication, though. He is still waiting on calls, though. He doesn't have texts. He doesn't have the text feature on that phone.
I mean, if he's gonna get pictures, he probably has to like pay extra to receive pictures or something. Still at this point in time,
Yeah,
you know,
probably.
if he's gonna get a nice,
What was this? 2007.
You know what I mean? A nice
Ass pic.
from his girl. Where did she move? What state? Do you even remember?
Las Vegas. That's our theory.
Yeah, it has to be. She's living in like the dirtiest.
He
part
said
of Las
she's like
Vegas.
200 miles away or something like that. She's like pretty far.
I don't know what that could even be from San.
What's 200 miles away from
San
Francisco?
What direction? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
she's in Hawaii.
But yeah, basically Ned can't come up with tips because he's in this funk, blah, blah, blah. He quits the guide. He launches the guide, hits someone with it.
Hits Coconut Head. Coco.
Oh, is that who he hits with it? Because Coconut Head is also
because Coconut's the one that grabs it, and he's like, Ned's not throwing out the tips, is he? And Cook is like, you know.
He's now the keeper of the tips.
Yeah, once you have that in your possession, you have the power.
Well,
really, he should have pocketed it and ran.
Well, he could have tried to start. He could have started writing his own tips. You know, assuming the role of Ned.
You think he has that brain?
I don't think
power?
he has it in him. No.
He's a weak man.
Yeah.
He's a weak individual.
But that's when Cookie kind of comes up with the idea that, all right, we're gonna bring Ned back. It's the boys. We're gonna have the boys come. Ned is gonna hang out with the boys.
Yeah, they need a boys' day out. And that kind of diverges the two paths for the episode where it's like Ned and Cook and Curly and Coconut Head, and then Moze is off on her own with Evelyn and like the Garden Club, which is a new group of characters that have been introduced.
It's a very bizarre group
one of them
characters.
is Southern. She's like got like a Forrest Gump accent, like you were saying.
Well, yeah, it's like she's Southern and also a little bit mentally disabled or something. It's very much a Forrest Gump like.
She's like, I like boys.
And sometimes it fluctuates. You know, I think that this girl came in. She's like, her parents or something was like, she can do a very good Southern accent. You know,
she can do a very good Southern
accent. And they were
accent.
like, all right.
They're like, it is
Go
good.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah, Scott Fellows isn't going to say no.
But yeah, they because Cookie and the boys are like, we're going to go to the gym and do boy stuff. That's the stuff men do. We're going to go, you know, like work out around each other, get sweaty.
Yeah, lift weights, get hard.
Yeah, we're going to get real hard around each other like brothers. And then
like brothers in arms.
And then upon, you know, entering the gym, they find all these flowers and all these women working on these displays. And Ned's like, damn, Suzy liked flowers.
Yeah.
And she was a girl too.
That's deep as fuck. He really knew her, didn't he?
And then all the other guys are like, what the hell's going on here? And they're like, yeah, we're building the float, blah, blah, blah. They get out of there.
For Arbor Day.
They 180 out of there. I don't know. That's when the one girl says, boys are so good. They're like tiger lilies in full bloom.
Yeah. And that leads us to the Office Space style scene where like Cook's rehabilitation method for Ned is to have him smash things, and in this case they picked fruit.
They're
some
like
sort of strange yellow fruit.
I don't know if it was a pomelo or a white grapefruit.
I don't know what it was. They were pretty big though. They were big like a grapefruit.
They had these wooden mallets.
What do you mean? They used a baseball bat, didn't they?
Yeah, that's right. It was a wooden baseball bat.
Yeah, it was a baseball bat.
It wasn't a metal bat.
And at first, Ned's like not into it, but then he does get into it and smashes it, and that kills everyone in the vicinity except for Cook, because Cook has glasses.
Yeah,
on.
we know it's citrus fruit because it gets in the eyes of everybody, and they're all
burns
distraught.
the eye.
Yeah. So grapefruit probably is a good guess.
Yeah. Ned's locker, we find out, is the very first thing that Gordy's cleaned all year.
Yeah, well, because Ned has a locker devoted entirely to Suzy still.
a shrine of sorts.
Well, it looks like, if you didn't know, I guess they are in a relationship, right? If they were not in a relationship, you'd be like, this guy's going to kill this person. He's going to murder this girl.
Yes.
He's obsessed.
He is obsessed, and I feel like...
He was obsessed. He's always been obsessed the entire series.
He has always been obsessed, to be fair. It's just like, yeah, I don't know.
And now he's in his... He's very much like George from Seinfeld in this, because he's like, it's like, this is what he really wanted, but now he got what he wanted, and now he's miserable.
Yeah.
Because the terms have changed.
You think they were thinking of George Costanza when they wrote this episode?
Sometimes you see some... Every show is influenced by Seinfeld, first of all.
That's true.
But yeah, sometimes you see those things.
And meanwhile, at the boys' seminar that Moze accidentally puts on, because first it's just Evelyn, and then Evelyn loves she calls it like a class that she's teaching.
She's taking notes.
And yeah, she's taking notes like crazy. And then the gardening club comes out of nowhere and is like, they're like, you're teaching a class on boys.
We heard you got a boy class, and they're like, yeah.
So then they run in, and then the class quickly turns violent.
Moses,
for whatever reason, Moze starts chucking shit at him.
Well, first of all, Moze gives some advice. She's like, boys need boy time.
Yes.
To do dumb boy things, she says.
Boys do need boy time.
It's true. Dumb is subjective.
I will say that. That's true. She also writes that boys eat worms.
Yeah, she said boys like video games, which is true enough.
That's pretty true.
And then eating worms. That was in one sentence.
That's false.
It's a weird thing. Gummy worms, maybe.
But I think this was during the era of like the How to Eat Fried Worms book series being hot, right?
Is this the time of Jackass?
Yes, it was the time of Jackass.
That was just on the TV the other night. Some of that shit's fucking hard to watch.
No, it's great.
They give themselves paper cuts and shit.
Yeah, the first two Jackass movies are great.
It makes me cringe.
Yeah, that's the point.
I don't like it.
They just made a new one. There's a new Jackass out right now, which is so crazy. They're old as fuck. Like, these guys are gonna kill themselves.
Yeah. But
it's
yeah,
shocking.
like you said, Gordy cleaned the locker. Sweeney comes in. Sweeney needs cash. Clearly, because he
needs quick cash.
So they set $1 with like I guess on a fishing line, the classic gag where
$5.
You pulled $1, and he's like, "Ooh, $1." Nobody ever. He's like shoos people away from him. He's like, "This is mine."
He screams right into a kid's face. Money. That's mine.
Yeah, that kid was gonna buy lunch with that. Sweeney's gonna buy fucking
that kid
blow.
That kid hasn't had lunch in weeks. And fucking Sweeney owes like a couple of bookies some money, so he needs money right now.
He's like, oh shit. Yeah, every $1 he sees on the ground he snatches, but he wasn't able to get this one. He follows it all the way out the window. He
doesn't even end up getting it. That's fucked.
We get a nice dummy falling out the window onto the boys. Why were they doing that? What was the point of that?
They were doing it because messing with Sweeney and causing him pain brings Ned joy.
That was it?
I think that was it. That was like Gordy's plan. Because they were like, Gordy, we need your help. And he's like, all right, I need $5. And then it cuts to that.
We're going to mess. We're going to just fuck with.
We're going to kill Sweeney.
We're going to try. Yeah. We're going to kill Sweeney. We're going to try to murder him. We're going to kill Sweeney and make it look like an accident.
Yeah. For this money-hungry bastard.
But like I said, he lands on the boys. They break his fall. He's fine. It's a miracle.
It is an actual miracle.
What is this? Quirly, he gets a plunger on his mouth.
Yeah, he gets plunged multiple times. And it works every time. It like sticks on his face, which, you hope to God it's not a used plunger. But
I mean, Gordy whipped that plunger out. Is it a plunger from Gordy?
Yeah, I think Gordy keeps it on some sort of utility belt.
Well, assuming it's one of Gordy's plungers, it probably hasn't been used.
Yeah, because he ain't doing shit.
You have to hope.
It looked pretty clean, to be fair. It looked pretty clean.
Maybe he keeps it around only for using on Corley's mouth.
Maybe. He's like, wow, that worked surprisingly well.
He's like, what a weird shaped plunger.
It silences
It's
him.
mouth shaped. It's boy mouth shaped.
Boy mouth. God.
But yeah, that's when Moze comes in and she gets, she's like, you fucking stupid bitches, you dumb cunts. She throws the computer at Evelyn and fucking takes her out. And
it kills her. Well, because they're like...
She throws a paper plane and takes a girl's eye out.
Yeah, because she's like trying to level with these girls, and they're like asking for like these perfect boys that have everything in common with them.
Because of those Disney
movies. She kind of takes it out.
They want freaking, you know, some guy to show up and deliver a perfect life to them.
Yeah. and Moze is trying to be like, that ain't gonna happen. So she starts chucking shit.
Yeah, Moses.
First, she chucks a football at the garden girl. That's what
Moses like giving her, you know, is like, welcome to the real world, snowflakes. Moses like Fox News in them a little bit about boy world. She's just like,
welcome to the real
and
world,
also this is the real crux of the thing, because the idea that these girls aren't able to get boys is just preposterous. Because none of them are.
Yeah, it's crazy.
None of them are like grotesque or anything.
No.
So it's like any boy would be.
They
like,
were all
sure,
they were all very normal people. They didn't make any of them look like drastically weird or anything. Like the only weird thing was that they're obsessed with gardening.
I just think that
you know
the one comes on to Coconut Head so hard at the end. It's like she could have done that from the beginning. Coconut Head would have been all about it, I feel.
Coconut Head does like the domination too, doesn't he? Wasn't he the one that was into the huge crew?
Well, he's not going to initiate anything. He's not going to be the first one to say anything ever, I don't think.
Oh, no shot, no.
So you got to.
Although he has tried to go out with Lisa Zemo before.
You're right. She's like the only one he asked out.
I mean, everybody's been out with Lisa Zemo. Come on.
I think someone told him, like, listen, man, she's not going to say no.
They're like, she's loose, all right?
Yeah. That was probably the story there, so. But
bad reputation in middle school.
It's not good to be known as that person, I don't think, necessarily.
You don't want to be that person.
But yeah, Gordy, they come up with a plan to, like, it's like a Christmas story. So Gordy comes in, he's the ghost of Ned's past tips and shit.
It's the ghost of Tipless past.
The ghost of Tipless past.
Yeah.
So they put on a pretty elaborate stage play. They get on the float, the flower float.
Yeah.
They just steal it. They commandeer it.
There's a lot of smoke usage. They got that fog machine on full blast.
Yeah, they got the stage crew frog machine.
A lot of like powders that Gordy throws out in front of him like a magician. You know,
sand. He blows
blasting
sand in
powders. Yeah. Yeah, but it basically shows like
there's like this is
Ned when he was Ned in the origin story where he's like the little boy and he accidentally pees in the girls' room. You know,
where did they get that tiny child to perform as him?
I think those are just sixth graders, honestly.
The smallest sixth graders they could find.
Yeah,
the smallest sixth graders money could buy.
What's the kid's name?
Palmer Noyd.
Yeah, Palmer Noyd. He's pretty small.
Yeah.
Palmer Noyd. What a kid. Oh, and Tyke. He's pretty small, too.
Tyke is very small. But yeah, they're like, Ned, you're a mastermind. Come on, man.
Yeah. They show like different branching storylines or branching universes where like everybody fails Sweeney's class versus everybody passes Sweeney's class depending on tips.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with Sweeney's teaching.
Even Sweeney himself is like, thanks to Ned's tips, you all got A's.
Yeah. A's!
And then he's like, oh,
he's
there's
still a little bit bruised.
There's apocalypse future where there's these sock monkeys.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's just like, little cutouts of Gordy and Ned in front of the school as the monkeys wreak havoc. What a bizarre twist to that ending of the story.
Well, they had to film something practically, and I guess they had a scale model of the school and a couple of sock monkey puppets.
They always have a scale model of the school. That's lying around at all times.
Yeah.
Also, where's Principal Wright then? I just thought of that randomly.
Maybe he's like had mono or something. I don't know.
You think maybe he had like bird flu? That was this era, right?
I don't
or
know.
Swine flu. No,
SARS?
swine flu was a little bit later. Yes, he was one of the like 10 people in the United States to get SARS or Ebola. That was fucking. Remember that?
I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what he's doing? There's also a dummy Ned.
Yes.
With
Yeah,
him.
Ned gets.
He gets flung from the float, right?
What happens again? Oh, okay, right. That's what happens.
The float like stops short. Ned's sitting at the front of the float. It like runs into something. Ned gets launched out, and we see the dummy Ned fly out of the front door of the school. And
yeah,
and that's when Cookie
the
says,
float is being driven by Cook. Yeah, that's a great line. Oh no, we maimed him.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's a eunuch.
He's never gonna be the same.
Yeah, so Ned then is like, all right, I'm gonna come up with some fucking tips. And at first he can't. Oh, right, and then that leads to them being going on the drive, right? And that's when he comes up with the tip. Because when he gets maimed, then he's like, here's a tip. Go on a drive to clear your head, or like walk around to give yourself some time.
Yeah.
That was his tip, basically.
Yeah.
It was like clear your head.
I didn't really... Yeah, that was pretty much it. He doesn't talk to Suzy during this episode, or is it the next half, right?
He does not. He thinks that she calls in the beginning of the episode, and it ends up being his mom asking him if he's wearing clean underwear. And that's the only time.
Nice.
We get no other calls. So what do you rate in this episode?
I guess I'm going to give it a 7.
Right on.
You know, clean 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Yeah. 7 out of 10 weasels.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go 7.5 out of 10 weasels. I think it was pretty good. I think it was pretty funny. I like that these were all connected too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was cool. It was a cool episode. And then this leads right into girls. Ned has no tips on girls. He knows not a single thing about girls.
Yeah. It kind of opens up. He's like, here's some tips on girls. It's like, record scratch.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Girls wear shoes on their feet and they smell nice. And he was like, that's about all I have.
Yeah, he didn't learn a single thing from going out with Suzy.
True. I mean, you'd think he'd learn. And being friends with Moze.
Yeah, he's been friends with Moze for so long.
Years and years, we're told.
They make a point of it being a long time.
Yeah, that's what, I don't know. Evelyn is with Cookie now. It's a very dom-sub relationship.
Yeah, it is.
Gordy gets electrocuted. He's pretty much on death's door, I think.
The entire episode. Well, he's hitting these electrical sockets with a hammer.
The whole episode, the school's having light problems, light fixture issues in different rooms, including the chorus room. So throughout the episode, the chorus is practicing in the hallway, providing backdrop, choral, epic backdrop to Ned's romantic, visions and things. Yeah. Because he sees Moze in a special light.
Yeah, he's starting to see Moze as a potential next suitor. He's starting to forget about Suzy. He's turning into this type of mindset like Cook, where like out of sight, out of mind.
When's the last time he saw the flesh of Suzy? When's the last time he felt the flesh of Suzy? It's been
at least a few days,
if not weeks. We don't know the passage of time. It's hard to
I think it's been I don't think it's been a long time at all.
It's been like 2 days.
I think for me, it's been like a day.
Ned's like,
I think she literally told him on like the last day. It was like, I'm fucked up on her part, not gonna lie. Like really fucked up. But yeah, I think she just kind of dipped right after that.
And what do you think she's doing in Idaho or Nevada or wherever she went?
I think she's probably finding a new boyfriend, probably.
You think she's being the most popular girl in school?
Probably.
She was kind of weird though. She wasn't even... Why was she popular?
She was kind of weird. She had pull, though. She was more weird, though, in the first season than anything else. Because in the first season, she was, like, bipolar as hell.
They really did change her a fair bit.
Yeah.
From a behavioral perspective.
Like, remember how ridiculous that episode with the dance episode was with her breaking up with Seth 1,000 times?
Yeah, it was psychotic.
That was insane.
She was a 7th grader then. She's an 8th grader now.
That's true. What a big leap. What a big maturity leap.
Ned mentions, I think Ned mentions girls are more comfortable around other girls, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what
They
you're
are.
supposed to do with that information exactly.
That's just information to keep in mind at all times.
They are always in packs. That's mentioned. I think that's what they say in Harry Potter. They say that all the time. It's like, yeah.
They say it in Harry Potter?
Yeah, he's like, I think Ron Weasley says, why they always travel in packs.
Boy, I always...
Those fucking
Ron's
bitches.
voice.
Yeah. Those sexy bitches, I want them.
Those fucking wankers.
Here's some tips. Ned goes, be yourself. Oh,
Yeah.
no. This is Moze advice, right? Isn't this Moze?
Well, yeah, because Moze ends up having to write the tips for Ned, and we get a nice
Which makes
meta
sense.
moment where, like, she finishes writing the tips. Well, first Cookie tries to get her to write tips for her, and Ned's like, "Go get your own tip, girl," and that kicks off Cook's storyline, which we'll branch into in a second. But yeah, Moze is writing the tips for Ned, and then he pulls out a boombox because he's like, "You got to do the thing," and he starts playing the music, the tip music, and he turns her head towards the camera, and she starts doing the thing. It's a nice little meta moment. I loved it.
Here's
I
some
thought
tips.
it was great.
Yeah, she's like, be yourself. No fart
And she's
humor.
like, it's like very wooden, the performance, because it seems like it's her still talking to a camera.
Yeah, it was good. She's like, you can, no fart humor.
Yeah. She says girls don't like farts.
True.
False. I think it depends on the person.
That's true. Yeah. Meet
Primarily, probably no.
As a categorical rule, I wouldn't lead with that.
I wouldn't lead with it either.
She also says meet girls at girl type events. So that's
Imagine the first thing you do to a girl you walk over and you just rip ass. That would not be a way, I don't think, to
just
lead
gauge
in.
the response.
Yeah. Did she enjoy it? Did she think it was funny?
Yeah.
But yeah, what were the other tips?
Well, meet girls at girl events. So that says home ec, choir practice. You know.
Yeah, and something else.
Just I don't know, just something super sexist.
Sewing class.
Period, something or other. I don't. Just like ridiculous.
Period.
The
class.
boys are going to meet girls there. Because that's what it's about. Moze is really teaching these guys to just be creeps. That's what's happening right
Yes, she is. She's exactly doing that. I think it's. I
Cookie
think honestly, this
especially.
advice kind of sucks. She literally turns Cookie into Simone.
He becomes.
Well, she doesn't actually, because he kind of does this on his own. But he cross dresses as this character Simone.
Yeah. Which, you know, maybe this is a new blossoming of his sexual identity. and
You never know.
He might have Simone as an alternative, like, you know, suited. Maybe Simon and Simone will coexist forever now. I don't know.
You never know.
You never know. But
And then P. Cookie's deep in there somewhere too.
this could be like a Buffalo Bill situation, you know, where he's donning the.
Well, hopefully not.
No. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Simone, he doesn't look that bad. He could look worse.
Yeah,
drag.
it doesn't look crazy. It's a pretty good disguise, honestly. And I like that every time she
Someone would
leaves
say
the
he's killing
conversation,
it. He's slaying.
He is slaying, exactly. I like every time that Cook leaves the conversation. He does the see ya wave, and then they play the music, and it's like ooh.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah. Ned describes his ideal woman. He's like, she'd probably be funny, smart, athletic,
Tall,
very,
he likes them on
very
the tall side.
Incredibly tall.
He likes. I like him.
He says, "I like him on the
dummy
tall side."
thick.
Oh yeah, I need a fat ass. If she got less than D's, she ain't for me's. He said,
is that a lyric?
I just made that up now.
Oh, that's good.
I was like, what rhymes with D's real quick?
That's good stuff.
Yeah, the light issues continuing to happen. Loomer falls in love with Simone, actually.
Yeah. Loomer does completely fall for Simone. He can't help but love her dummy thick thigh.
He does look thick because he's got this skirt and this hair. Yeah, he's got tits.
He does. It's remarkable.
But yeah, Loomer rides, I guess, to school this little mini bike. It's like, I don't know what.
Yeah, it's this little like chop shop roadster he made. Like, it's pretty sick. Yeah. It looks like he made it on Junkyard Wars.
But it looks like when he would ride it, he's got his it's like he's riding it like it's a mini, like a child's, like his knees are gonna be sticking out on the side and shit.
Yeah, and I think it would be, but some people ride those.
It's probably fun as hell.
Yeah, you could probably fucking rip that thing around. Yeah, he does fucking all sorts of crazy tricks.
But not right now because he's having engine problems. So.
Well, he doesn't. He needs to flush his fucking carburetor or whatever the hell she said.
He's got to flush it down the goddamn drain.
And then, like, they were also talking about, like, I think basketball later on. Like, they were talking about, like, the Knicks or something. Or the Spurs. What the hell were they talking about?
I don't remember that.
It was basketball, I think.
I just remember the motor. And this is also...
Well, this was the second conversation that she stumbles into.
Well, because we've wondered before, does Cookie have technical prowess that is, like, mechanical...
Gearhead skills.
Is he a gearhead? It seems like he must be.
A la Josh Nichols.
He's like, I rebuilt something, blah, 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 with my person or whatever. This is Simone's...
With his dad.
This is obviously Simon's experience.
Yeah. You think his dad is a mechanic, or you think that was just like a pet project?
I don't know. I mean, his dad's got to be some sort of a savant.
I think that maybe his dad...
he's like maybe an inventor. He invented like a toy.
I feel like I can see his dad as like some sort of engineer, and then like as like a summer project, they like rebuilt like a Mustang or something.
Yeah,
like an old Mustang.
It was something like that. His dad's like the guy that built he invented the Super Soaker.
He invented Apple computers, He's Wozniak.
He invented the Nerf gun.
Oh, that'd be kind of sick.
The guy that invented the Nerf gun's the same guy I think that invented the Super Soaker.
Got to get back into Nerf guns. I think Jess is big into those. Shout out Jess.
Jess.
He's got modded ones.
I know you're listening. Ned does a speed dating thing with the Moze.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. I was just trying to figure out what this next note was. I said it was about the speed dating. Because I just wrote down all the different chicks. So the first one was the dirty chick. She said she hadn't showered in like a month.
What is the reason? Then she's like, I like to preserve my oils in my natural...
I don't know. Some sort of crazy dirty
I like to
thing.
preserve my oils.
And then the next one is the pizza parlor bad laugh girl. Her dad owns a pizza parlor, but she's got a terrible laugh.
She's like, my dad owns a pizza parlor with a arcade and shit.
Which is sick, and it's probably just a CC's, honestly.
What is her laugh like? What was it?
I don't know, but that one was pretty bad, too.
It was just weird.
Yeah, it was just a weird laugh. It wasn't, I don't think it was, like, so bad where you, like, couldn't look past it, at least for, like, one free pizza date.
But that's also another, I don't know if we said it, we talked about Seinfeld, right? That's a straight up Seinfeld thing. The girl having
that's a Seinfeld rip, not gonna lie. And then the next one was the kisser. That was the southern accent garden girl.
Yeah, she comes on strong. She comes on, takes him.
And then the next one is the girl that's shaving in front of him.
Yeah, she's just shaving like over here, I think.
With an electric razor. Yeah, she's got like a 5 o'clock shadow.
She must have a lot of fuzz.
And then Simone is the next one.
Yeah, Simon's there,
which is Cook,
and he knows it's Cook.
Yeah, and Ned is like, damn, you looking slim thick.
He's like, he can't help but stare at those tits and be like, damn, how are these not real?
He's just wide-eyed, like cartoonish.
He's like, Cookie, you're distracting me.
And then the last one is the deep voice girl who's like, thanks, Ned.
Yeah, and I don't know what that's meant to.
And then at the end of that, he talks to Moze and he's like, you know what? The best one was Simone.
Yeah, Cookie was the hottest one.
Yeah, he does say she was the hottest, right?
And I think that's what he says. He's gonna go.
I think that's what he said.
He's gonna go to bed thinking about that. He's gonna be like, man, what the fuck is wrong with me?
But this is another one of those moments where we see Ned seeing Moze as this angelic figure in front of him, right, with the lights and the music again.
Yeah.
He really can't. He can't quit it. He loves Moze.
Well,
and this is gonna branch it. This is the episode where it happens right here.
Yeah. Is that the last time it happens where it's like it actually wasn't?
No, because then.
Okay.
Oh well, yeah, because then it happens.
Because 2 times it happens where it's the chorus and Gordy with the light, and that's the Ned sees it like ah, but it's actually diegetic sound from the chorus and diegetic light from Gordy. But
yeah, from Gordster.
The final time, it's truly Ned's psychotic mind putting it on Moze, angelizing her or whatever.
Yeah, because he's like, all right, Gordy, enough with the lights. And then Gordy's like, what? I fixed the lights.
The chorus is in the room, in the soundproof room over there.
Yeah, he's like, right behind him. Yeah, the soundproof as fuck room. You can't hear a word out of them.
But Ned hears the chorus in his mind.
He just loves her. She is smiling a lot, though. I think it's on her.
Well,
honestly.
yeah, I think
she's smiling an insane amount.
It's true. She used to be a little bit more pouty, a little bit more moody, a little bit more bitchy, dare I say. But, you know.
Not anymore, though. Also, where was Fame in this whole episode?
He's been fucking MIA.
I will also say no Seth and no Krubs.
Yep.
In either of these episodes.
We see some Coconut Head. We see some Corley. We see some...
How the hell is
guys.
Seth not in the Boys episode? How is he not a part of the Boys?
You'd think he would be, but...
Like, you kidding me?
It was really the Nerd Boys. And Seth... While he respects Ned, he's like, Ned, you're friends?
He's like, they're beneath. You know that, right? He says that. He says that while in front of them. He's like, you know they're beneath you,
guys,
right?
You know you're cooler than these guys, Ned. You could be one of the cool ones, like me.
He's spinning the basketball like fucking Mach speed.
He's just holding his hand and it's spinning in air like he can bend air now.
It's smoking because it's spinning so fast.
Yeah. I mean, he's a shaman.
He is quite the shaman, isn't he? And at the very end, we see Ned pick up the phone, and it's Suzy. And she calls right at the time where he's realizing that he does like Moze.
Yeah. It's as...
Because Cook even calls him out. Cook calls him out when he describes his perfect girl. Cook's like, you just described Moze.
Yeah, he's like, she's athletic and stuff and a little bossy, and I like him tall because I'm a small man.
Yeah, he likes him tall as hell.
Just like George from Seinfeld. He's like, I want a very tall woman at one time.
And then we also get the wrap up of Simone where he was gonna give Lisa flowers and chocolates because that's all she said she wanted from a guy, which is crazy. That's just like, what the fuck?
Did we talk about how Simone, as the girl, goes over to Lisa and is like, hey.
We didn't, no.
Hey, I'm Simone. I'm a girl. And Lisa's like, hey.
Yeah, they become fast friends.
Well, you know, Lisa's easy with anybody.
She's loose.
She might be... She's loose as a goose.
She is. Yeah, and he gets that intel out of her.
Yeah.
That basically, because Simone is like, yeah, I have a boy back home. Do you have one? She's like, not really. And then gets the information out of her what she really wants.
This is all this is a crazy elaborate way to get around Cookie having any chance of rejection. That's his main, right or wrong? Because he just doesn't.
No, you're right. He's an insane person.
He doesn't want to be
He
doesn't want to be turned down, and he wants to like check off the box. It's like not because she has a boyfriend, not because I'm not her type or whatever. Like he's trying to get it set
insane.
Up. He is crazy. We said that Susie's crazy, but Cookie might be the most unwell out of all the characters. He
could be, honestly, but he does he does end up missing the opportunity to ask her out, I guess. I mean, he could still walk over there and ask her out. He just doesn't because he doesn't have the flowers and chocolates
He doesn't
anymore.
have the sand.
He gives them to Billy because Billy's sad that Simone left, but like, what? Who fucking cares?
So Billy's like,
how many times has Billy beat the shit out of Cookie? Like, what?
Well, no, Billy's falling in love with Simone. He's like, damn, she was perfect. We had so much in common. And then Cookie's like, you know what? I ran into Simone on the way out. She said, give these flowers and chocolates to Loomy.
To the Loomster.
I gotta go because my dad's in the CIA, so we gotta skip town right now. And
We gotta fucking skip town, dude.
And Loomer's like, really? She said that? And he's like, mm-hmm.
He's like, I guess.
And yeah, so that's... And then Lisa kind of just goes on living her life without Cookie in it.
Yeah, that plot line pretty much nosedive tanks right there. Like, you don't see anything else out of that.
No.
And that's pretty much the end, really. I mean, it ends with the phone call.
We can only assume that it's going to go on into the future. We presumably.
Yeah, I think the next episode's going to pick up right there. Honestly,
how could it not?
I think all these are going to go like boom, 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 boom. I think they're all going to connect.
There's so many loose ends, but I mean, Ned has he has to end it with Suzy, right or wrong?
Ned.
Oh,
what do you mean? End it with her? Like he's going to call it off?
He's not having a long distance relationship. He needs to get that ass on the regular. Okay.
He's too much of a player, dude. You kidding me? Yeah. Also, where's Missy been? She used to love the shit out of him.
That's true.
No Missy.
He never wanted that. He was never interested.
No, he didn't.
He's not a blonde person, maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
No, he doesn't like blondes at all.
He's like, ew.
He hates blondes. He actively hates blondes.
Brown or down?
Brown and I'm down.
But yeah, no, I don't know. I think this. Do you think this half was better than the last half?
I think it was a slight bit better.
I'm
gonna go 8 out of 10. I'm going 8 out of 10.
Yeah, well, since I did 7 last time, I'm 7.5 now. So.
Right on. Yeah, these halves were solid, and I'm really excited to see where this is all continuing into, because I do believe our theory that it's going to continue to go, all attached.
I haven't looked at
no more filler.
What the episodes are about, like what the titles are, so I don't know if they could be like completely some random science class or something.
No shot. They don't have room.
An
for that
evergreen
anymore.
episode. Yeah, I know. I kind of miss those though. Sometimes.
What, the little one-off bottle episodes?
Yeah.
No, from here on out, dude. This is the arc. They're going on the full season arc.
In season 3 on Amazon is the final where they go to the museum and shit or whatever. The field trip.
Yeah,
That's on there.
Yeah, it's on there. It's 2-parter at the end of the season.
Okay, good. I didn't know if that was a separate thing, because that would be fucked.
Oh, like Drake and Josh style, where you have to
find it somewhere else. No. Okay.
No. Luckily, Amazon owns
a very
the
special episode
of
Ned's
Declassified.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. The season 3 is really ramping up to be pretty solid. And yeah, make sure you guys follow us on Instagram at @harbor_boys, on YouTube, youtube.com/c/theharborboys,
at Jay Manera, at the Kirk Yates.
Jay Manera. In case you guys want to see our personal posts, I haven't posted in a fucking eternity, but you never know.
You never know. But yeah, Harbor Boy. I mean, end of the day, YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify. That's what it is. But I mean,
It's in the beans.
Hell yeah.
It's in the beans, baby.
It's in the brains.